Hello, my name is Vanessa Russell. I am an occupational therapy student at the University of Utah, and today I will be giving you some suggestions for how to involve caregivers when working with your students. So first things first, do the caregivers actually want to get involved? Opening up this conversation can give you an idea of what the caregivers are expecting. Questions to think about are, do they want to know the ins and outs of what you are doing, or are they wanting to just enjoy the experience? If they don't want to be involved, understand that this is one of the few times they may have a break from their caregiver role. This can also be an opportunity to communicate with the caregiver what things they can do to help the students and what things they can do that may be less helpful. Another important consideration is, when appropriate, to discuss with the student how much involvement they want the caregiver to have. When and how to ask these questions will be based on your personal judgment, on your comfort level, and the relationship you have with both the student and the caregiver. So, the caregiver wants to get involved. Now what? Some things to consider are to first keep your communication open between both the student and the caregiver. You can do this by explaining to them what you are doing as you are doing it, asking if they have any questions about the what, why, and how you are doing things, as well as asking for their feedback. This feedback could be on your ability to communicate with them, on how you give instructions and explain things. But before you ask this kind of question, make sure you are prepared to hear what they have to say, both the good and the bad, and make reasonable changes based on what feedback they give you. Finally, include the caregiver in conversations with the student. That is, if it's not distracting to the student and does not take away from the services you are providing. Another way of getting the caregiver involved is to discuss strategies and tasks you are doing that could be done at home. A lot of students want to be able to do these activities independently or with the assistance of their caregiver outside of the program. In order to do so, consider things such as, can what you are doing or teaching reasonably and safely be done at home? That may be a strategy that you are using, such as minimizing distractions in the environment to help them with their attention, or a task that you are doing, such as getting the equipment ready for use. Also consider what supports they will need outside of the program and if those supports will be available to them. With all things, before providing any recommendations to the caregiver and the student, especially if it has to do with equipment, first confirm with your instructor that your recommendations will be appropriate for the caregiver and the student based on their circumstances. These were just a few tips to help you when working with caregivers and your students. And it's the end of my presentation. Once again, my name is Vanessa Russell. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to email me at the email listed. Thank you.